How often do you find yourself caught in the trap of measuring your worth based on some external standard? Maybe it's through social media likes, a job title, your looks, or material possessions. Whatever it is, there's a tendency for us human beings to seek validation from the world around us. But what if I told you that your worth isn't tied to any of those external factors? In fact, what if I went a step further and said that your worth isn't actually measurable? Today on I Love Me, the podcast, we'll be diving into a topic that touches each and every one of us: self-worth.
Love, 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 I love me.
Simple, inspiring lessons in self-love. Hello, beautiful. It's Tamra here. One of the main obstacles people find in learning how to love themselves is this dreaded feeling of being unworthy. Unworthy of love and unworthy of the things and people they wish to have in their lives. If there's one common trait I see in all my clients and most of my friends and family as well, it's this deep inner feeling of being unworthy. Maybe it's in just one area of their life, or maybe it's a theme that runs through everything they place their attention on. Whatever the case, this feeling of unworthiness is prevalent in today's world. So let's begin by unpacking the concept of worth. Worth is a measuring word, a word that grew out of the marketplace. You see, we can only know something's worth if we compare it to something else. Now, if we start comparing ourselves to other people, what they've achieved, what they look like, what they own, this isn't very self-loving. It only serves to make us feel less than, because there will always be someone out there who has something that we think we need. We live in a world that teaches us to want more and more and more. Yes, society teaches us from a young age that our value is contingent upon our achievements, our appearance, our social status, and our possessions. We develop these beliefs and stories that make us think that certain things are superior to other things. And so we live our lives comparing, measuring, valuing, and devaluing ourselves and the things around us. This leads us to believe that if we can just achieve certain milestones or meet specific standards, then we'll finally be worthy of love and acceptance. But if you've traveled down this road yourself, you'll know this couldn't be further from the truth, because worth is not something that we can earn or get. Why? Because our worth is inherent. We are so brilliant, we are beyond measurement of any kind. The very fact that we were born onto this planet is enough evidence to know that we are worthy of being here, that we are more than worthy of being seen, being heard, of sharing our gifts with the world. We have nothing to prove, for we are born of love, and love doesn't need us to prove our worth, for we are complete and whole just because we are. We are worthy because we are, because we're alive. That's what makes us worthy. We don't need to do or be anything in particular. Our worth isn't diminished by setbacks or apparent failures. It remains constant regardless of external circumstances, because remember, self-worth is a given. We are all worthy, full stop. To think we need to live up to some kind of worthability is absurd. Absurd and super common. because we are born into a world that loves to measure and compare. And because of this, we adopt beliefs and stories about ourselves that make us not only question our worth, but for most people, they have this deep inner feeling of being worthless or unworthy of certain things in their life. And this feeling of being unworthy, it dictates how they live their life. They may not apply for their dream job because on a deeper level, they don't think they're worthy of the role. Or maybe they feel so unworthy that they work really, really hard to prove that they are worthy. They work overtime, often compromising their mental and physical health in a bid to be seen, in a bid to receive the recognition they think will make them worthy. The sad part is that no matter how much external validation we get, we will never feel worthy if we don't internally believe that we're worthy. Now, if you've been running the I'm not worthy story for a while now, then rewiring your internal programming so you know that you are worthy, that doesn't just happen. You need to be willing to unplug some more surface beliefs that are contributing to this feeling of unworthiness. And this is what I teach in my Remarkable Relationships program, which is just open for enrollment. So if this is something that you feel drawn to explore, I'll pop a link in the show notes so you can find out all the details there. But right now, I simply invite you to take a deep breath in, full breath out, and consider these words. I am worthy because I am. Let the truth of these words absorb into your being. I am worthy because I am. These simple yet profound words encapsulate a deep truth that many of us have lost touch with. Regardless of external achievements, accolades, or societal standards, our worthiness stems from the very essence of our being. It's not contingent upon our accomplishments, possessions, or the opinions of others. When we're able to embrace the truth that we are inherently worthy, it allows us to release the need for external validation. Imagine that. No longer needing to earn or seek approval from others, because on a deep inner level, you know you are worthy. That being worthy is a fundamental aspect of your existence. Interestingly, what you'll start to notice when you're able to believe in your undeniable worth is that you'll naturally start to honor and respect yourself. You'll treat yourself with deeper levels of kindness and compassion, and because of this, you'll feel confident to live more authentically. For knowing our worth allows us to be who we are. Yes, embracing our worthiness from within, it gives us permission to live authentically and create a life that aligns with our true self. This concept of being worthy simply because we are may be hard to grasp in a world that loves to measure everything we do and put a value on the results and outcomes we get in life. So, how do we shift this ingrained habit of measuring our worth and start loving ourselves instead? The journey begins with self-awareness and self-compassion. We take the time to reflect on our thoughts and feelings about ourselves without judging them. We simply want to notice them because awareness is the first step in healing. Then you want to ask yourself, what is measuring my worth giving me right now? Take some time to journal on it, meditate on it, or simply sit with that question for a few days and see what floats to the surface. Chances are you may start to realize that measuring yourself causes you a lot of stress and anxiety and a whole lot of FOMO, fear of missing out. Then, once you've had a chance to get clear on the side effects of measuring your worth, ask yourself this: what would happen if instead of measuring my worth, I decided to love myself? What would that give me? And more importantly, how would that make me feel? Simply taking time to sit with these questions and see what they open within you is the first step to releasing the need to measure your worth, and in doing so, increasing your love for yourself. Then you want to start to practice feeling gratitude for who you are, perceived flaws and all. I'll do a whole episode on how to cultivate gratitude in a few weeks' time, but for now, find ways to celebrate who you are without the need to focus on your accomplishments or possessions. Celebrate the fact that you are alive and living this life. Do a happy dance just because. Spend time with people who value you, support you, and inspire you. You want to cultivate relationships that are built on authenticity and mutual respect. When you feel the need to measure your worth in some way or seek external validation, stop. Take a deep breath and then fill yourself with love. As I taught you in episode 3, fill yourself up with love. Let that love wrap practice help you connect with the intrinsic worth that you are. Let that inner voice override the need to measure yourself. And most importantly, know this: you are worthy because you are. Next week, we'll be learning the language of the heart, how the heart has a brain, a real proper brain that exceeds the power of the brain in our head, and how you can tap into that internal source of intelligence. Until then, I invite you to make a conscious effort to stop measuring your worth this week and start loving yourself instead. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow the show on your favorite podcast app so that you can tune into all the heart-opening content as soon as it's released. Thanks for listening, and if you'd like to learn how to shift the deeply ingrained beliefs that have you measuring your worth, then I invite you to enroll in my 3-month program, Remarkable Relationships. Doors have just opened. In this comprehensive online training, I teach you how to identify the beliefs that have you feeling unworthy, and then take you through the transformative experience of releasing those beliefs so you have an inner knowing that you are worthy of living a delicious, love-rich life. For all the info, you'll find a link in the show notes, or simply visit my website gettingnaked.com.au, and know that if you do enroll, 10% of profits go to planting trees, so together we can re-robe Mother Earth.